Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, this is Kristen Hallett from Oleostro Restaurant calling.
Kristen, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing well. Thank you. Okay, we're just going to give a few more minutes for people to join in. People are joining in right now, so just give it a few more minutes, and then we could begin.
Okay. Terrific.
Okay, this is our SLAC meeting, CBA SLAC meeting. We're just waiting for a couple more people to come on, but at the same time, we're going to see if our applicants are present. Do we have someone here for Fawn? What about miscellaneous? I know Kristen's here from Agliastro.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wu, who are you with?
Hi, Possum Enterprises here.
I'm sorry?
Hello.
Possum? Yes.
Possum, yeah.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, so anyone for Fawn again or miscellaneous? Representatives of those restaurants, Fawn and miscellaneous.
Yes, I am. You hear me?
Yes, miscellaneous?
Okay. Yes, miscellaneous, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So it appears that we have a quorum. I'm going to do the roll call. Allison, I'm sorry?
I tried to open the Zoom, but I cannot go in by my phone.
But you can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you, but.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Are you
You're welcome.
Bondstrit?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. All right, so we're going to do the roll call. Kimani Allison? Gail Branch Muhammad?
Here.
Janet Collins? Diane Duke? Tamika Gibbs? Tamika Gibbs, I see you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Thank you.
Okay.
I just wanted to mention I skipped over James Ellis because he's excused tonight. Jennifer Jordan?
Here.
Jazima Jordan,
Here.
Oliver Hart, Roger Myers, Alicia Nocenso,
Present.
Pior Ortiz Joyner,
Present.
Robert Puca, Celine Rosado,
Present.
Brian Saunders is also excused, Mark Thurton,
Yeah.
Ethel Tyus,
Here.
Dib Baconi,
Present.
Yursa Weatherspoon here, Sharon Wedderburn,
Here.
Rob Whittawax. Mr. Whittawax is on his way, and Deborah Young.
Here.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone. Okay, so we're going to start with Ogliastro, with Kristen.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just pulling up your application here. Give me 1 second. Switching out. All right. So we see your images for your postings. Thank you for that. So we're going to jump right into your application. So it's you're the principal applicant, Kristen Hallett, and your principal applicant, your second one is Peter Slafani, correct?
Yes, but he's deceased as of August 2020.
Oh, is that
So
right?
he's no
Okay.
on
Thank
the
you.
license.
Okay, thank you. Did he recently pass? Was it? Oh, not quite a year yet. Okay, sorry to hear that. Okay, so
Yeah, thank you.
okay, so you're located at 784 Washington Avenue, and that
Correct.
is between Sterling and St. John's Places. You've been in operation since 2013. Your establishment is a restaurant bar, and you're seeking to renew your liquor, wine, beer, and cider license. You have 10 tables. Would that be 20 seats in total?
Yes, inside.
Okay. And you have one bar with 10 seats. Maximum capacity is 74. And your hours of service indoors are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm sorry, Sunday through Thursday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. You have soundproofing, and you also have an outdoor area that was listed on your application, your last one. It's a patio deck, and the size is 25 by 25 feet. In that area, you have 15 tables, 2 seats per table, so it's a total 30 seats, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great. And the outdoor hours of operation is across the board Sunday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And in that space, you have plants, also soundproofing, and you have an awning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And your amplified sound is interior, two small speakers, or 2 speakers, small wattage, and no live entertainment is being offered. Your service employees are 8, no security personnel. The number of residences in the building where you're located are 2, and the number of residences in the building, left, right, and rear are 10. You mentioned here that your change is that you have a larger awning over your outdoor space. Is this
Correct.
all correct?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. I didn't. We saw your postings, so I'm gonna ask Officer Vidal. Welcome, Officer Vidal. If we have any complaints on this establishment,
Which is establishment we're referring to right now?
Ogliastro,
Okay, 784 Washington Avenue.
correct?
So I did a check of the establishment going back as far as January 1st of 2021, and there were no complaints. I have nothing to report in regards to this location.
Great, thank you so much. I'm going to open it up to our committee. Do we have any questions about this application? Hello, Mr. Whitterwax. Any questions? Here,
I'm like, oh, the being like, is she kind of like,
I'm going to ask whoever has their mic open, if you can mute it, because we're in the middle of a meeting.
Sorry, Robert Puka just joined.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right, so I'm not hearing any questions or concerns. Can I have a motion for this application, please?
Motion to recommend renewal of the license.
Second,
Who is the second?
Deborah Young.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Whitterwax, can you do the vote, please? Thank you.
Kieran Allison, Gail Branch Mohammed,
Yes.
thank you. Janet Collins, Diane Duke, James Ellis, Tamika Gibbs,
Yes.
thank you. Jennifer Jordan,
Yes.
thank you. Zerzima Jordan,
Yes.
thank you. Oliver Hart, Roger Myers, Alicia Nocenzo,
Yes.
thank you. Fiora Ortiz Joyner,
Yes.
thank you. Robert Puka,
Yes.
thank you. Celine Rosado, Mark Thurton,
Yes.
thank you. Bethel Tyus,
Yes.
thank you. Gib Viconi,
Yes.
thank you. Irsa Witherspoon,
Yes.
thank you. Sharon Wedderburn,
Yes.
thank you. Robert Witherwax, yes. Deborah Young,
Yes.
thank you. The motion passes 14 in favor.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kristen, for your business, and we wish you continued success.
Thank you so much. Have a nice night, everybody.
You do the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Have the representatives for Fawn, have you guys arrived? Fawn? Okay. So we'll move to Good Chance.
Hi, good
Hi,
chance.
Margaret. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm just going to pull up your information so I can read it.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we have Good Chance
Yes,
located at 758 Franklin Avenue, and you're between St. John's and Sterling Places.
yes,
You've been in business for 5 years.
yes,
You are a restaurant and bar seeking to renew your liquor, wine, beer, cider license. You have 11
yes,
tables, 22 seats total, one bar with 7 seats total at that bar. Your max
yes,
capacity is 74, and
yes,
your indoor hours of operation are, let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
yes.
Now, wait, hold on. I'm seeing
Okay.
30s here. I'm seeing 10:30. It's kind of snuck up on me here. Okay, so
Uh,
Sunday, Sunday, Friday,
Sorry.
Saturday from 12:30 to 10:30, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and Monday through Thursday, 12:30 to 10.
Yes, correct.
Okay, great. And you don't have any attenuation measures for sound. You say that you play your background recorded music, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So now in your outdoor area, which you said you had this on your application, it's in the backyard, and you have 15 tables and 30 seats total. Would you happen to know what that square footage is of your service in that backyard?
Yes. Yes. Can you ask me one more time, please?
You want me to repeat it?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So what you have missing is the space in that backyard that
Yes.
you have your service. You're missing the square footage. Would you happen to know what that is?
Oh, yeah. I gonna send it by my authority. Gonna be send it back to you.
Okay, so you don't have that number right now?
I didn't have on my hand because I sent that.
All right, so
I can.
you'll get it back to us later. That's fine.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. And just moving right along. So the service outdoors in your backyard is on Sunday, Friday and Saturday, 12:30 to 10.
Yeah.
Monday through Thursday, 12:30 to 9:30. And you also don't have any sound attenuation measures, but you do have recorded background music, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. So you have a sound system, 2 speakers inside and 1 speaker outside, and no live entertainment is being offered at your establishment.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. You have 7 service employees, no security personnel. You have
No.
there are 2 apartments in the building where you have your business, and on the left side of your business in the buildings you have residents, 3 apartments on the left, 6 apartments to the right, and 6 in the rear. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
And you mentioned in terms of changes, your changes this you changed the hours. Is that what you did? Hourly change? Did I get that correct? It was a slight change.
Correct. Yes.
So what is it? What was it before?
Before we close every day at Monday to Thursday 9:30, and I mean Sunday to Thursday 9:30, and Friday Saturday 10. Before.
Okay, and that was in what space? Let me see. That was both indoor and outdoor.
Indoor and outdoor.
The hours that you had before.
Yeah, I gonna have the same indoor and outdoor is at 10. I mean in outdoor. Sorry about.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Do we have any questions with this application? Before we even go there, Officer Vidal, do you have any comments or complaints with this establishment, please?
No, from miscellaneous in front of, I located at 758 Franklin Avenue. I have no complaints. I have none in the report in regards.
Great, thank you so much. Do we have any questions for this applicant? Okay. Seeing and hearing none, can we have a motion for this application, please?
I move to support. This is Ethel Tias.
I'll second it.
Who's that?
Sharon.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Weatherford. Okay. Rod, can you do?
Kirmany Allison,
Yes.
Gail Branch Mohammed.
Yes.
Thank you. Janet Collins. Diane Duke.
Yes.
Thank you. James Ellis. Tamika Gibbs.
Yes.
Thank you. Jennifer Jordan.
Yes.
Thank you. Zerzima Jordan.
Yes.
Thank you. Oliver Hart. Roger Myers. Alicia Nasenzo. Oh, sorry, Mr.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. Alicia Nasenzo. Yes, thank you. Fiora Ortiz Joyner.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Puka.
Yes.
Thank you. Celine Rosado. Mark Thurton.
Yes.
Thank you. Ethel Tias.
Yes.
Thank you. Gib Vaconi.
Yes.
Thank you. Irsa Weatherspoon.
Yes.
Thank you. Sharon Wedderburn.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Witherwax, yes. Deborah Young?
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes 16 in favor.
Great, thank you, Mr. Whittle-Wax. Thank you, Bunstret, and we wish you the best in your business. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. You're welcome. Okay, have any representatives arrived for Fawn? Okay, so now we're going to move to Possum with Mr. Wu. How are you?
Hi, thank you.
Good.
How's everyone?
We're good. Thanks for asking.
Is it-
Just give me a moment. I'm just gonna pull up your paperwork, okay?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So we have Richard Rue is the principal of Possum Enterprises LLC, doing business as is to be determined, located at 593A Vanderbilt Avenue, and that is what are your cross streets?
Cross streets are, let me tell you exactly. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Second, 1 second.
Between Dean and Bergen.
Okay.
Dean and Bergen, yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Moving right along. So you are, your establishment is to be a restaurant, and you're seeking wine, beer, cider license. Okay. So your plan is for 6 tables with 12 seats, 1 bar with 9 seats. Total capacity or maximum capacity is 36. Your hours of service inside the space is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 12 noon to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay. Your outdoor space, which is a garden, that's a backyard, correct? Okay. So the size there of that service is 20 by 30 feet, 9 tables, 18 seats, and the max capacity is 36 outdoors. So your operation of your hours of operation for that outdoor space is from Sunday to Saturday from 12 to 10, correct?
I think similar to the inside. It would be Sunday to Thursday from 12 to 10, and Friday and Saturday from 12 to 11.
Okay, but you have on your application to 10 for the outdoor.
Up to 10? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. Yes.
Okay, great. And you you have a sound system on your ground floor, which has 4 speakers, 100 wattage, and there's no live entertainment being offered.
No.
Okay.
Just like background music, typical restaurants.
Okay. And you're expecting to have 15 service employees. And at what non-applicable right now, I guess, in terms of your security personnel and other security measures. Number of residences where you will be located are 2, and total left, right, back will be 6. Correct? So I actually have a few questions. I see you have your diagram and the facade of the building and the inside and what looks to be the back of the building, the yard, someone standing out there. Another picture of that. Okay. And sort of the back wall of the space. So a couple questions. I noticed in your plans you had for outdoors you have a plan of 9 seats, 18 seats and 9 tables. Is that what I had here. Yeah, nine tables, 18 seats. Your
Mhm.
map, are you expecting to expand your seating capacity back there? Because you have the schematic at 36.
Mm, yeah. I mean, I would say maximum 36. Maximum 36.
No, I
You know,
understand that. But is your plan presently just to have 18 and expand later?
I think the plan was to have 36 seats in the
Okay,
backyard.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's not how you have it written on the application, just so you know.
Oh, no, sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay. So
Um,
just have to, okay. And then when we received this information, it mentioned that this would be a sidewalk cafe. Is that an error?
no. So we're gonna have tables in the backyard, but there's also the possibility of having the sidewalk cafe, right? Because some restaurants have tables on the sidewalk. But then
You don't have it listed here, so you don't have that available information in terms of
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
right. That's a possible maybe in the future. But then
Okay.
again, with the open streets initiative, you don't really need the sidewalk, I guess. So if that goes away, perhaps I would apply for a sidewalk.
Well, it is nice to know if you're looking to have it at this meeting. Okay, so I noticed also you didn't have a menu. So what type of food will you be offering?
Yeah, I already have a restaurant here in the West Village in Manhattan. I've had it for 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Panca. It's a Latin Peruvian restaurant. I'm actually originally from Lima, Peru.
Okay.
So a lot of ceviches and rotisserie chicken, some tacos. Just very Latin Peruvian, a lot of Peruvian peppers. So your typical Peruvian dishes.
Okay, so you're going to have that footprint carried over from Manhattan. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be not exactly the same. I would say we're probably gonna add some additional things in the menu.
Okay.
But I would say like at least 60 to 70% of the menu will be similar to the restaurant we have in the village. Yes.
That's great. Actually, one of the questions I was going to ask you if this was your first ownership of a restaurant, and you hit two birds right there. So that's great.
Yeah.
Are you planning to? Huh? I'm sorry.
No, we've had this one for almost 14 years. So yeah, this will be our second one. We're very excited to be in Prospect Heights.
Wonderful. Okay, so also, are you planning to have music in the backyard space?
Maybe something like background music, perhaps maybe like a speaker or two. Nothing major, just to give some ambiance. But yeah, maybe like a speaker or two to play background music.
Okay. All right, and my final question before I open it up to the rest of the committee: have you notified your neighbors of your appearance at this meeting tonight?
Yeah. I signed this petition that my lawyers gave me. I had all the my tenants and all the neighboring businesses. I don't know if you guys can see it here.
Actually, did you try to send that to the board office?
I can send it after. Yeah.
Can you send it this evening? After
Sure.
we're done. Okay.
Not a problem. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Do we have any questions or concerns about this establishment to be? Ms. Gibbs?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Are you currently open? If not, when you plan on opening?
We're planning on opening probably around September. We're renovating right now, so it depends on how it goes. Usually, we're on schedule, so hopefully September.
Next question. What are your noise continuations you have for the backyard. I think I heard that there was neighbors in your left, right, and rear. Did I hear?
Yes, we have neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
In reference to the noise, what the noise, people, it's a lot of seats back there, 36 people. What are you doing? What do you plan on having any noise continuous measurements for the backyard?
Yeah,
what
I mean,
are they?
we're gonna have an awning that covers most of the area, and eventually we want to also put a structure that encloses perhaps the entire area to mitigate the noise. And again, the music we're gonna play is just gonna be background, like music with low volume. Whatever measures we can take to mitigate the noise, we'll definitely take them.
And will your backyard be open the same time as the restaurant? When
Um,
will the backyard close is my question.
yeah, 10 p.m. on 10 p.m.
Every day, right?
every
That's
day.
what you have in the
Yes.
application. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Next up, Mr. Baconi, then Ms. Tyus.
Hi, good evening. Thank you.
Good
I have
evening.
two questions. The first one is with respect to amplified sound in the rear yard. It's not typical for us to approve applications with amplified sound in the rear yard. Are you willing to remove that from your application?
Yeah, I mean, whatever whatever it takes to please the neighborhood, of course.
Okay.
I mean,
And the
what's typical in the restaurants in the area for the backyard?
the community board typically doesn't approve amplified sound outdoors.
Okay, that's
We find that it's easier to keep all of the neighbors above happy if we're not playing sound in the backyard.
yeah, not a problem. We can comply with that.
Okay. Second question is, in addition to being a member of this committee here of Community Board 8, I also am part of an organization that sponsors the Open Streets program on Vanderbilt Avenue. Will you be interested in participating in the Open Streets program? Will you want to serve customers in the street?
I think so. Yes, I've heard from neighboring restaurants that it's very successful.
It is very successful. It's worked out well for a lot of the restaurants on Vanderbilt Avenue. So I will contact you at the contact information on your application, and we can talk about what's involved with that. But it has worked out for a lot of the restaurants on the street.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, and welcome.
Thank you very much. Very excited to be part of the community.
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Ms. Tyus?
Yes, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
One question, just to make sure we're all looking at the same information and that the sponsor is sure about the information that he's offering for us to vote on, if he would send an update to the board office that we can use for our full board meeting later this week, and that he would be available for that.
Not a problem. With regards to what the number of seats and tables and
exactly
the music in the backyard,
yes,
just
yes,
an updated version of that.
Now, why are we going through all of this when we're not going to have this discussion at the board meeting?
For the record, Ms. for the record, we make the record, so we have a record. Okay, thank you. Is that all right, Madam Chair?
That's fine. He has
Thank
to
you.
update that's seat arrangement so it matches with your schematic and what you have there in terms of your total seats and your total tables in the back.
Yeah, also that and adjustments for no speakers in the backyard.
In the backyard, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any
Yeah,
other?
can I ask a question?
Who is this?
Yes, I just want to ask Diana.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Duke.
If he's interested in participating in the program where you can, the program that we have that to employ members of the community.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed that. What was the question? Sorry.
The question is, we have a program where the new people coming in that they will be able to employ those in the area for your business.
Whether we'd be interested to employ
Yeah, yes.
people from the community? Oh, of
From the
course.
community, yes.
Yeah, especially now that there's a severe labor shortage in New York. You can't find it's hard to find employees. So if there's a source, if there's a resource there in the neighborhood, that'd be perfect for us.
Great, that's good to hear. Thank you. Do you have any other questions or concerns with Mr. Wu and Possum? Okay, hearing none, I'm asking for a motion for this applicant.
I'd like to move the committee recommends support for this application with the stipulation that there be no amplified sound in the rear yard.
I second, this is Ethel Tias.
And with that, the updating of the application to reflect that also.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Whittle-Wax?
Chairman Ellison. Gail Branch Muhammad.
Yes.
Thank you. Janet Collins. Diane Duke.
Yes.
Thank you. James Ellis. Tamika Gibbs.
Yes.
Thank you. Jennifer Jordan. Thank you. Zerzima Jordan.
Yes.
Thank you. Oliver Hart. Roger Myers.
Yes.
Thank you. Alicia Nasenzo.
Yes.
Thank you. Fior Ortiz Joyner.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Puka. Celine Rosado. Certain.
Yes.
Thank you. Ethel Tias.
Yes.
Thank you. Gib Viconi.
Yes.
Thank you. Irsa Weatherspoon.
Yes.
Thank you. Sharon Wedderburn.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Witherwax, yes. Deborah Young.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes 15 in favor.
Great. Well, wonderful, Mr. Wu. We wish you the best. We hope that you are just as successful. It matches what you've been doing for 14 years in West Village. Okay?
Thank you very much. We're super excited to be a part of
And
the
I
community.
just and I want to just remind everyone that our next board meeting, I actually neglected to say it to our previous applicants, but it is next Thursday at 6:15. So that's June 9th. Okay. Great. Well, have a good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Has the representative from Fawn arrived?
Chair, this is Alicia Nazenza speaking. I happen to know the principal there and I did message him. He
Okay.
said he's trying to get into the meeting, but I don't see him getting it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you want to give him a couple minutes.
Yeah, I certainly will. Is his name Stockwell, Mr. Stockwell?
Yes,
I
David
saw his
Stockwell.
name flashing. Okay, here he is.
Sorry, I just joined. Sorry, I was having some mega technical difficulties.
Oh, we're glad
So
you're here now.
I'm sorry to join late.
Well, you're actually right on time because you're up.
Okay. Good.
All right, just give me a moment so I can pull up your information. Right. On. Okay, Mr. Stockwell, David Stockwell, is the principal, and
Yes.
and your second principal is Carla Swickerath.
Yes, that is my life partner and partner in the business.
Okay, great. The corporation is Wilderness Group LLC, doing business as Fawn, F-A-U-N. And you are located at 606 Vanderbilt Avenue, which is between St. Mark's Avenue and Prospect Place.
Correct.
You've been in business for 6 years. This is a restaurant and bar looking to renew your full license. Indoor plan, you have 13 tables. 32 seats in total, one bar, 8 seats at that bar. The max capacity is 40. And the hours of operation in that space is, well, 11 to 9 on Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Sunday, closed on Monday, Tuesday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. You have a patio or deck, and this was on your last application. It is sized at 20 by 30 feet, 14 tables, 32 seats total, no bars out there, and the max outdoors is 32. So your operating hours for that backyard space, outdoor space rather, is Sunday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. You're closed on Monday. Tuesday through Saturday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Do you have any other space, sidewalk, anything that's being used?
Yeah, I mean, based on the open restaurants thing that's been going on for the last couple of years, we are seating some tables out on the sidewalk, and we are utilizing the street for the Open Streets Vanderbilt, and that's happening Friday through Sunday.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure how to present that on the liquor
Well,
license application because
I'll just ask you. So, on your Vanderbilt side, how many tables and seats do you have?
So on the sidewalk, we only just have a small seating area of four tables, so 8 guests on the sidewalk. And then when they do the open streets, we're putting 6 tables out there, which can be a mix of either 2 or 4 guests each. So we're typically maxing it out at around 16 guests on the street.
Okay, great. Thank you. I noticed that you put your notices on 604, 606, and 608 Vanderbilt. So thank you for
That's
that.
right.
Thank you. And your indoor dining has 4 speakers with 20 wattage, no live entertainment being offered. You have 8 service employees, no security personnel, but you do have video cameras. You have 2 residences in the building where your business is located. And in terms of the residences surrounding you, you have 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And you did mention here that you're participating in the Open Streets Vanderbilt from April to November on Friday and Sunday, Friday through Sunday, and the Open Streets program from Tuesday to Sunday. Okay. All right. Do we have any? First of all, Officer Vidal, do we have any complaints or comments with regard to this establishment?
Sure. So Fawn, located at 606 Vanderbilt Avenue, going back to the period from January 1st of 2021 to present day, has no complaints.
Great. Thank you so much. Turning it over to our committee, do we have any questions for this applicant? Okay. Mr. Gacconi.
I just wanted to say, it's not really a question, but for those of you who might not be aware, the Open Streets program on Vanderbilt Avenue is run as a cooperative with the restaurants on Vanderbilt Avenue. And Fawn has been with us since 2020 when we started. They're one of the partners that helps us get the street open and broken down at night, and have been great to work with, and are a wonderful member of the community on Vanderbilt Avenue. So I just wanted to put that word in.
Thank you, Gib.
Thank you, Gib. You said from 2020?
Yes, we began the Open Street stuff in August of 2020. So we're actually in our 3rd year now.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you for that.
Hard to believe, but true.
Yeah, time is really going by. Any other questions or comments for this applicant? Hearing none, seeing none, I ask for a motion, please.
Motion that the committee recommend renewal of the application.
Second that motion, Tamika Gibbs.
Thank you, Mr. Baconi, Ms. Gibbs, Mr. Widowax, please. Your vote.
Kirmany Allison. Gail Branch Mohammed.
Yes.
Thank you. Janet Collins. Diane Duke.
Yes.
Thank you. James Ellis. Tamika Gibbs.
Yes.
Thank you. Jennifer Jordan.
Yes.
Thank you. Zuzima Jordan.
Yes.
Thank you. Oliver Hart. Roger Myers.
Yes.
Thank you. Alicia Nasenzo.
Yes.
Thank you. Fiora Ortiz Joyner.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Puka.
Yes.
Thank you. Celine Rosado. Mark Thurton.
Yes.
Thank you. Ethel Tyus.
Yes.
Thank you. Gibbs Vaconi. Thank
No,
you.
I didn't.
Yrsa Weatherspoon.
Yes.
Thank you. Sharon Wedderburn.
No, it's not. I didn't throw anything down.
Yes.
Nan,
Thank
I
you.
don't know.
Rob
It's been
Widowax,
so damn
yes.
long.
Deborah Young.
Excuse me. Hello.
I'm
If
sorry. Yes.
voting. Thank you.
Thank you. Motion passes 16 in favor.
Thank you so much. Mr. Stockwell, we wish you continued success
Thank
in
you
the
so much.
neighborhood. Okay, have a good
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you for all you guys do. It's really great.
We appreciate you too as well. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so these are the apps that we received this evening. Apparently there was a late arrival for Savvy Bistro. Are you present, the representative?
Yes, Sam. Hi, how are you? This is Kwesi Williams, the second applicant.
Kwesi,
For the
do you have someone
basis.
else here with you? Sorry?
I'm sorry, say that one more time. You broke up a little bit.
You said your name is Kwesi?
Correct,
Kwesi?
you got it, Kwesi.
Okay, excuse me. Do you have someone else here with you representing the
No.
restaurant? Okay, all right. Because I see someone, Dwayne Winter. Who is that with to you in the business?
Dwayne Winter is my business partner.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. All right, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna have to pull up. First of all, did everyone receive that application for Savvy Bistro? Okay. So give me a moment. I'm gonna pull it up.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. So this is, as I said before, the two principals, Dwayne Winter and Kwesi Williams, of Savvy Bistro, located at 710 Nostrand Avenue. What are your cross streets, please?
It's on the corner of Prospect North Avenue, right on the corner.
Okay, and you have 14 tables. Well, before we even get there, how long have you been in business?
We've been here for almost 4 years. We're coming up on our anniversary on August 15th.
Okay, so you have 14 tables, 28 seats in total, one bar with 10 seats, 60 persons is the max capacity.
Tables that are 4 per table, so that total would be 32 seats.
I'm sorry?
For seats we actually have 2 tables that are 4 tops, so that would actually be 32 total seats at tables.
Okay, so you don't have that here. You have 14
No, I don't have
tables.
I don't.
Okay, all right. So
And
you're
I
saying
have
total
2 per
now.
table.
Okay, so you're saying that you have, apart from your 10 seats, you're saying that you have 32 seats. I'm sorry, apart from your 10 seats at the bar, you have 32 seats to how many tables?
32 seats to 14 tables.
Okay, so you made a mistake here with for it being 28. Okay, all right. All right, let me just move on. And you are seeking, or actually looking to renew, is it the full liquor license? It's not checked off here.
Yes, it's the full liquor
Okay.
license.
All right, so 60 is your max capacity. So we're here with the indoor hours, operating on Sunday and Saturday at 12 p.m. to 3 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. and on Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 a.m. You say you have for your noise attenuation measures, you have existing installation and outdoor space. This was not on your application. So
This was not on our prior submission to the community board, but it was on our application to the liquor authority. So this is primarily the information we wanted to just update and bring to the community board's attention, based on the the recent, of course, permissions to provide outdoor seating. We added 2 outdoor service areas, one each of the corners. One's on the corner of Nostrand, and the other one is on the corner of Prospect.
I'm sorry, Mr. Williams. Before you go any further, why is it that we hadn't seen this operational change prior to tonight? Because when did you have it? When did you have it?
Uh, it's probably just about maybe a year ago, or a little over that.
So how come we didn't get the opportunity to even review it? Because we did hear
Well,
that
definitely.
we did hear there was some changes, but not neither you or your partner came to us. So we're just wondering why was that?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely an oversight on our part. We had someone taking care of some of these affairs via email, etc., and they definitely were not as attentive to this as we would have liked. So we're hopping on it ourselves right now. But of course, that's not an excuse. It's definitely an oversight on our part.
Okay, so so in this service area that you've already installed about a year now, you have here that it's a sidewalk, and the size is 22 by 8. You have 7 tables, and you have here 2 seats per table. So is that 14? Is that your total? Okay, and no bars, and the maximum capacity is 14. So your hours of operation in that space is Sunday, Saturday from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. You say that you have plywood walls for your noise attenuation measures.
Yeah, it's just I guess the natural structure of the building.
The natural structure of the building. So have you put up anything at all?
No.
Okay. So so now we come to this second area, this outdoor space, which was also not on your application. So it's a sidewalk cafe, 18 by 8, 6 tables, 2 seats per table. Is that 12? Is there any more?
Correct.
Okay. No no bars, of course. 14 here is also your max capacity. And that space, the operational hours are Sunday, Saturday, 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. You mentioned again about plywood walls as your attenuation measures. And seems like it's here a couple times. Hold on a minute. You have 2 areas. Okay. And indoors, you have for your amplified sound, you have 3 speakers, 100 watt.
Correct. It's the same as before. So nothing
Okay.
there has changed.
And you have live entertainment being offered.
That's what we're requesting to be offered. It's not offered currently, but we would like to explore that avenue to generate more revenue.
So what kind of entertainment are you proposing?
A band and the occasional maybe DJ. That's what we put in our liquor license when we sent it to the SLA.
Okay. And you have service employees, 12 of them. You have is that 3 security personnel?
Correct.
And your other security measures, you have alarm, shutter, and cameras. Number of residences in the building where you are located are 3, and you're saying that you don't have any residents or residences left, right, or rear view of your business, correct?
No, those are additional businesses, correct.
Okay. All right. Do we have any questions for this applicant? Wait, I always do this. Officer Vidal, are there any complaints or comments regarding this application?
How you doing, everyone? In regards to Savvy Bistro located at 710 Nostrand Avenue, for the period of January 1st of 2021 to present day, there have been 13 noise complaints.
13.
Yes.
Wow.
No summonses issued as well.
Okay. So, Mr. Quasey and your business partner, are you aware of those noise complaints?
We are not. This is the first I'm hearing of this. No one actually ever came to the establishment at any period of time saying, you know, the noise might be too loud. Of course, some additional detail on that would be great. Maybe, you know, time of day, specific days, for us to get a data, so we can definitely make an adjustment in, you know, with that regard.
Officer Vidal, are you able to provide those details?
Maybe you can set up an appointment with our neighborhood coordination officers, and he can go more in detail with the time that the complaints are coming in, and that way they can sit down
Okay.
and maybe try to address it.
So how do we make that connect? Are you know?
I'm gonna reach out to the neighborhood coordination officers and have them respond to the business
Great, wonderful.
this week.
Thank you very much. Do we have any
Thank you,
questions?
Officer Vidal.
You're welcome.
Do we have any questions or concerns with this applicant? Seeing or hearing none, may I have a motion, please?
Madam Chair, this is Ethel Tias.
Yes, Ms. Tice.
I move that we ask the applicant to return once there has been a conference with the precinct on the outstanding noise issues.
Any agreement with that, anyone? Anything to?
I have a question, Madam Chair, to Tanika Gibbs.
Yes,
Is this the same applicant that was brought to the committee last month about the excessive sidewalk street
crowdiness
situation?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. This is the same business. Anything to add with Ms. Tice's suggestion? Anyone in agreement?
Point of information, how critical is this to their application? Do they have an application pending, or they're coming back to us because they realize that they've made some sort of error in regards to the outdoor space?
So, gentlemen, could you answer the question?
Is this a question for us, the applicants? Sorry.
Yes. Can you?
So nothing was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so nothing was ever really brought to our attention. Like I said, you know, obviously we're trying to run, you know, an earnest and respectable business in the community while providing for the community, and of course with you know, with I guess the change in just the COVID rules, etc., with more patrons coming out, which is great for us from a business standpoint. And of course for our employees, just being able to employ more, you know, more folks and provide more hours. We definitely would have liked to at least get some sort of detail, or if, you know, I mean it's not that simple to necessarily extract that information from any particular person, but if that's the case, we would definitely love to, you know, understand a little bit more of, you know, what we can do to ensure we remain respectful to the community, because, you know, that's definitely safety and respect for everyone around us is definitely our number one priority as we do business. So if things are getting a little lively or vibrant is the word I want to use, just based on patrons may be having a good time, we would definitely like to understand what we can do to curb that situation. We did notice an uptick in volume, and that's why we moved from having one security personnel, proving the perimeter inside and outside, et cetera, to three. In addition to that, we did call the, I think it's nightlife, maybe a commissioner at the precinct to get some support, maybe just to have the precinct come by and help to help clear the sidewalks, et cetera, because of course we can't, we try our best to control the amount of occupants that might crowd the sidewalk, maybe passersby, but of course we've been reaching out to the precinct to get as much help as we can.
I'm sorry, my query wasn't in regards to the noise complaint. My query was in regards to and I'll be a little bit more specific, is this a liquor license that has to be adjudicated this month, meaning for the month of June? Or did you come to the committee because you recognize that your outdoor structures were not noted to the committee, whereas there's some information about that in the SLA application?
Yes, our license are not due in June. This is more so, like you said, to bring to the board's attention the structures that were put in place.
No, to be clear, your application
Yeah.
is, this is not a renewal, Sharon. To answer your question to the point, there is no urgency tonight. This is
Okay.
entirely discretionary on the applicant's point.
Thank
But
you.
their application is to include amplified sound and the other entertainment venues. There's nothing in their application about the outside structures at all, one way or another.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll second Ms. Tice's motion.
Okay. I just want to get to, in this order, Mr. Thurton, Ms. Gibbs, and Ms. Muhammad.
Officer Vidal, in reference to this location, you said that there were no summonses issued. And do you know if when they came to the location, did they speak to the owners or the managers at the location and advise them that there was a complaint? That I personally would not have any information in regards to what the officers did when they responded to the location, so I wouldn't be able to answer that for you. As far as I know, there have not been, and from what I looked up, there have not been any summonses issued when during these 13 incidents that have been brought to our attention. Okay, and that intersection, is there a concern with that intersection other than this location from the 77 precinct standpoint? In regards to crime, drugs, and so forth? Well, that's that Prospect and Nostrand Avenue. Yes. Is somewhat a problematic location in the intersection. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's across from them, so that it's like you said, it's across from the location. Okay, so they're still staying in business, although that is a major concern on Nostrand Avenue. Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Gibbs.
Good evening again. Would the proprietors of this business be open to possibly closing their outdoor seating area earlier to avoid any noise complaints? Because if you're not serving anymore outside, they'll leave from outside. Hopefully. I'm just thinking of ways, or do you have any ways that you can possibly use to mitigate some of the problems that have arisen?
So to answer your first question, we're definitely open to possibly exploring closing the outdoor earlier. We currently close it at 11, closing it at 10, just to throw that time out there before the actual application. Maybe even 9:30. It's a possibility, or as soon as it starts to get dark in the summer. Number two, like I said, we added some additional security personnel. So hopefully those complaints, maybe Officer Vidal can maybe give a specific time frame, but hopefully since we've added that additional security, which is just around 3 months now, when it started to get warm, it was maybe prior to that. So hopefully that measure already started to take effect. But I am definitely open to, of course, taking any suggestions from neighboring businesses and from the board itself. But we will, we can always try to add more security. But I think, like Mr. Thornton said, just controlling the neighborhood elements, given our current location, it has not been the easiest task for us, especially now that our business is growing and then, it's getting warmer and the pandemic has subsided. It's definitely been a challenge for us and rather expensive, just getting at any given time 3 security to pretty much canvass the entire perimeter to make sure our section of the sidewalk is respectable is the word I want to use from a community standpoint. So we're definitely trying and we are very aware of what's going on around us, but we're just trying to deal with the cards we were dealt.
The reason why I asked that question is because I'm quite sure the community board does not want Savvy to become a situation that we had on Flatbush Avenue, where the establishment was not controlling their crowd. And they're no longer there now. So I'm just trying to help before things get out of control. That's all.
Of course, noted. And like I said, we appreciate all feedback and all suggestions for us to just, have a much safer and business oriented community.
Ms. Mohammed?
Yes, again, Gail Muhammad, and I've listened to everything that people have been saying, and the noise complaints. I think we all know that Savvy is also next to Nostrand Social, 704, Ryerson, and I don't know about the calls coming in, but with all those businesses right next to each other, it could have been the noise could have come from any of them. And not only are they competing with those 3 other businesses on the block, they also have, which Mr. Thurton brought up, the fact that they have a bunch of people hanging out on the southeast corner of their restaurant. So again, we should keep that in mind, that it isn't necessarily the noise could be coming from any of those places. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Ms. Tyus. Did you have anything to add? Your hand is still up. Let me see if there's anyone else.
Yes, I'm sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
I know I have the floor with the motion to ask the applicant to return with his updated information. And I made that motion before it was revealed.
Was on camera.
Hello? Hello? There are no formal
The black people in the neighborhood that know us and Mark are picking up for us, but we got 13 noise complaints against us.
Hello?
Um,
Hello?
Mute
yourself.
The proprietors are having a conversation. If you could just mute yourself. Thank you. Go ahead,
So
Ms.
what I'm attempting to do with Ms. Wedderburn's support is to withdraw my motion now that I know that there were no summonses issued for the noise complaints. Ms.
I will
Wedderburn?
agree to that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Gray.
Hi, good evening, everyone. That corner, because I live on Prospect Place and I usually drive down that area frequently, that corner has always been busy because there's a liquor store on the corner. And lots of people during the day, during the evenings, they hang out on both sides of the street. So that is something that I think these guys walked into as well, because for over 5 years or more, that has been an issue out there. So there are so many things happening at that spot that you can't really tie it to one. You have to really would surveil the area to really see what's going on.
Thank you. I also wanted, if anyone else has anything to say. I also, Mr. Myers, you wanted to say something? Mr. Myers? Can you mute yourself?
Yes, I did want to say one or a few things because that corner does have a history of issues. And at the same time, we now have 3 restaurants next to each other. So there are times where it sounds like a party walking on the outside, walking by. So there is a lot of hanging out at the liquor side store, as opposed to the new questions that have come up about the outdoor restaurant sides and the sidewalks, because now you do have Prospect and Nostrand, and you have outdoor eating, and you have Nostrand Social, Savvy. 704 doesn't really have anything. I don't know if they're going to throw chairs and tables outside of their establishment like started when the pandemic started. So it is a question of how much noise is really coming from those establishments, because now there is subtle competition with Nostrand Social possibly having speakers outside or sound coming outside of their location. And then we have new structures that are on the Nostrand Avenue side as well as Prospect side. So it is a conversation of where is the noise coming from and when were they reported? 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we're getting later sunlight hours. And those are the questions that are going to keep coming up as the weather gets warmer, more hanging out, more people coming out into the public, and more people just wanting to hang out. And there's also going to possibly be more restaurants opening up on Nostrand and the middle of St. Mark's and Prospect. So those are questions that have to stay on the table because of that.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. Before you speak, Mr. Witherwax, I just wanted to find out from you, Mr. Williams and Mr. Winter. You mentioned that you had some issues in terms of, I guess, management of this process before. Do you have a handle on it now? Are you more on hands with the affairs of not just the operation, but just timely submissions and of that kind?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We'll definitely stay on top of any sort of correspondences that should be coming our way and make sure we respond to the board's request in a timely manner.
Appreciate that. Mr. Witherwax?
Yeah, I appreciate the conversation that's going on. I think it's been great. I think a lot of great points have been raised about who's making noise and how much and why and how. I just want to bring us back to the focus tonight, which is that these applicants want a method of operations change to permit them to have internal live entertainment. And unfortunately, the application they provided for us was a renewal application, so we don't have it in writing. But that's the focus for tonight. And the conversation about noise, again, wonderful. I'm glad we're having it, but we need a motion on the method of operations change.
And that's great, but since it did come up, we have to discuss it. So I appreciate what you're saying, but we're going to give it its time as well. So do we have any motions, please?
I motion to approve it with the proper application filled out in a proper manner.
I second that motion, Tamika Gibbs.
Thank you, Mr. Thurton and Ms. Gibbs. Mr.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. What are we approving? We're approving something we don't have?
Can you restate, Mr. Thurton, what the motion is?
I'm approving the application with the proper paperwork to be filed and submitted to the community board before our general meeting.
The method of operation, that's exactly what he's going to be submitting, correct? This is not a renewal, this is a method of operation change.
Method of operation. Yes.
Hi, this is Mr. Williams, and I understand. I'm looking at it now. It is the renewal form, so we will submit the correct form, which is the method of operation form. Again, our apologies for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Mr. Witherwax, can you do the vote?
Allison, Gail Branch Mohammed,
Yes.
Anna Collins, Diane Duke.
Yes.
Thank you. And thank you, Ms. Mohammed. Tamika Gibbs.
Yes.
Thank you. Jennifer Jordan.
Yes.
Thank you. Zerzima Jordan.
Yes.
Thank you. Roger Myers.
Yes.
Thank you. Alicia Nocenzo.
Yes.
Thank you. Fiora Ortiz Joyner.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Puka. Celine Rosado.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Rosado. Mark Thurton.
Yes.
Thank you. Ethel Tias.
Abstain.
Thank you. Gib Viconi. Yrsa Weatherspoon.
Yes.
Thank you. Sharon Wedderburn.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Witherwax abstain. Deborah Young.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes 13 in favor, 2 abstentions.
Oliver Hart joined late, and I also abstain.
Thank you, Mr. Hart, and apologize that I skipped you.
No worries.
Okay, so the motion passes, Mr.
Motion
Whitlock?
passes 13 in favor, 3 abstentions.
So, okay, so I just want to be clear, Mr. Williams and Mr. Winter, to redo your application, submit it to the board. We'd like to have it by tomorrow. And our board meeting is next week, which is June 9th at 6:15 p.m. Thank you, and we hope that things improve and that you will have that handle that you said you would have now from here on out. So wish you the best.
Madam Chair, also, we talked about Officer Vidal putting the officers in touch with them about some of the issues that were.
I'm sending an email out now to
Yeah, he just say we do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Officer Melendez and Officer Perez to reach out to Mr. Winter.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, I also wanted to mention this Thursday is the 9th. And so I believe it's this Thursday for our.
Great.
You are correct, sir.
This week, the 9th. Yep. Thank you very much.
You are.
Great. Okay. So we just have one more thing to discuss. And it's our meeting for the summer. So we thank you. All the proprietors may leave this call. We appreciate you and have a good evening. Mr. Winter?
I'm sorry, it broke up a little bit. Can you say that one more time?
Yes, we it's now just going to be the committee having a discussion. So we thank you. And we just ask that you leave the call. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
I
Have a good
appreciate the
night.
support.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So normally in the summer, we SLAC, we meet once over the summer. It's usually in July. And we do it to capture both July and August applicants. It is SLAC is one of 2 committees. The other is land use that does have the authority at committee level that is binding in the absence of our full board meetings. So this usually occurs. We look at the last couple of weeks of July. So I'm asking, how does July 25th work for the committee? Do we have any conflicts there? Okay, so I don't hear anyone opposing. So we're going to have our meeting July 25th. A notice will go out to remind you at Monday at 6:15, and that'll be it. Any other questions or comments? Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a great
Just wanted to
evening.
I did want to
Thank
make one comment, real quickly. They are shooting or continuing to shoot a TV series, Saint X, in the neighborhood and in multiple neighborhoods, inside and outside of Community Board 8. So those things are going on while we're discussing the openings of new restaurants and space being taken up, multiple vans servicing this TV series for Hulu that won't come out until next year.
Right.
And
And
right now,
yeah.
Nostrand, Prospect, Park Place, Fulton Streets, etc. So we have to
Sterling
be on.
Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Notices did come out to the board from the board today,
Yeah.
letting people know about that, Roger.
Yes.
Did you receive it? Did you receive them, Roger?
Yes. No, I'm saying that
Okay.
it's in conjunction with foot traffic, parking spaces being taken. They're filming and then they're taking up parking spaces, which I don't know if it's hurting, helping, how they work with those businesses as they take up that community space of walking by, filming, day, early morning, evening, etc.
Well, it's definitely an inconvenience for those that live there and around, but this is happening wherever they're taping and filming. It's happening across all our boroughs, so it is that inconvenience that we have to deal with, and we were made aware that they were coming. So, and we have a lot of things going on. We have a whole street that's closed down. We have a lot of inconveniences going around the Hebron area. So it's quite a bit of things going on, seemingly all at once.
And
So
that
thank you.
doesn't include new holiday in a couple of weeks as well for Juneteenth.
Right. Thank you for reminding us. Okay, I'm just going to move to Ms. Rosado.
I just wanted to say I had an issue with my sound, even though I was unmuted to support when my name was called.
Okay.
So if you just include my vote, I apologize for that.
Okay, so were we able, Mr. Witherwax, to hear? We heard Ms. Rosado once.
We got her on the last vote.
Okay, so you're voting yeses for the other three that you couldn't hear?
Yes,
Or
I could
actually
hear,
four?
but yeah, I could hear, but for some reason, I don't know, the sound went out and I was unmuted. So I apologize for that.
No problem. I'm glad you mentioned it.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem at all. So I see Ms. Muhammad and Ms. Tice's hands are up. Do you have something to say before we conclude?
I do, yes.
Yes.
On the filming of Saint X, the Disney Plus, Disney TV series, they occupied the entirety of the south side of Sterling Place between New York and Nostrand for 3 days, the week before. And I had called the site manager, didn't get a return call. Called again to the mayor's office of media and entertainment, mommy, and I got a call back from them and discussed it with a nice young lady from that office and also with district manager George. And I had interactions with the people who were occupying the food, parking the food trucks on the south side of Sterling between New York and Nostrand. I live on the north side of Sterling between New York and Nostrand. And they had blocked off spaces that they weren't using. And when I went to park my car, this is well into the evening now, went to park my car in one of the unused spaces, they said no, they needed the space and they never did. Okay, they never used that space. And when I talked to the representative from Mommy, she said that that's not the kind of thing that they should be doing. So it struck me that maybe a conversation should be had with the film companies. It's just mystifying why they would bring food trucks when they're filming up and down Nostrand Avenue and you have restaurants every other door. Every other building has wonderful food restaurants in them. So I think they're missing opportunities to have discussions with communities where they're filming that may save them a lot of money. But that's something that they should be looking at on their own. And I think the board office should encourage them to do that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Anything else? Okay, thank you to everyone. We will see you on the 9th. If not, we'll see you in July 25th. So until then, blessings.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Travel safe.
Thank you. Good night.